Welcome to a different pump track this time. We've had a break from our one to come here, and I'm going to show you a few how-to basics around this here pump track. That's it. Spot on.
Yeah!
Yeah, the best thing about a pump track is, once you've mastered it, you can take the skills you learn here to every discipline of mountain biking, whether it's from downhill, dirt jumps, or even freeride. There's a few techniques that you can learn on the pump track that you'll definitely find useful anywhere else. Have my hardtail here, although you can kind of use any bike on a pump track actually, but this is definitely the tool for the job, so I'll be using this. But a few of the neighbours have bought some different stuff, just to prove that you can ride whatever you want.
Could you please introduce yourselves and tell us how excited you are to learn to pump?
I am Daniel, the #1 neighbour, and I'm beside myself.
Rodders.
I'm Rodders of the Avenue. Yeah, just on the BMX, which I've already come off. Nice old wipeouts.
That's how good of a coach I am.
And I'm neighbour Chris.
Everyone knows Chris. And today Chris is going to do his first ever double gap jump. Today we're going to be learning such things as a single roller. There's double roller here, and maybe a few ways you can negotiate such an obstacle. This combination here of sort of four, could call it a quad, a steep pump track berm, and this step up gap jump, which finishes the track off here.
But he is known to the Guildford ladies for his pumping abilities, an experienced pumper. Some might say that you're an experienced pumper, you're known for your pumping by the ladies of the area, but is this your first time out on a bike?
Oh yeah, it is actually, yeah. On a pump track, yeah.
Do you think you're going to be able to transfer any of the skills that you learnt in your late teens and 20s onto the pump track?
Absolutely, yeah. The only thing is just that there's squeaks on this bike, which is a good thing. The springs were obviously very, very squeaky, so we'll see how it goes.
It's all about the core and the hips, eh?
All about the movement. It's all about the movement.
So we'll start with the absolute basics, like as if you've never been to a pump track before. The pumping motion is, as such, you kind of push down into the transition, into this bowl here, and that's kind of what gets speed. And then you push hard, lift your weight up over the top of the roller, and then you push down again your weight into the bottom transition of the roller, and that somehow pumps you along. And yeah, it's something that you just have to try until you get the feeling of it. So when you first get to the pump track, I'd suggest doing just a few laps with both wheels on the ground and pumping every single roller as a single, like this. Once you get better and better at that, you'll be able to start going fast around the track, and then you're going to need to use a few techniques to make sure both your wheels stay on the ground and that you don't take off into the next roller, kind of. So if you're in this bowl here, you want to be pushing and have your arms and legs pretty straight and pushing down, and that will bring your weight up to get over this next roller. And as you're coming out over the roller, you want to bring your bike sort of up to you. Your body almost stays quite still, so you roll over the top of the roller, both wheels staying on the ground, and then ready to straighten your arms and legs again down the next bowl. And that keeps you in control, and it powers you along with the pushing into the bowl. You don't want to take off because then you might lose control, but you want to kind of, yeah, be real light on the bike over the top and then pushing heavily into the bowl at the bottom. That's going to power you along. You're probably going to find that you might start taking off and have a bit too much speed to be doing the single rollers, but there's a little trick you can do to be able to go faster over the singles, which is to pre-load and kind of pre-hop almost into the roller. But before the roller, when your back's up here, you want to kind of bunny hop your front wheel up and then land in the back of the roller. You can either just manual it or bunny hop. Either way is going to help you bring your weight up and pushing the weight down so you don't take off and crash into that next roller. So on most pump tracks and even a lot of trails, you'll find a double roller, which is two rollers pretty close together, that once you start to build up a bit of speed, you'll find that they're a bit too close to roll singly. And then you want to be able to do one of two things. Either roller it, so double manual we call it, or to double gap the whole thing, then you can carry your speed around the rest of the track. This is exactly at what point neighbour Chris is at, so we're actually going to call on him now, see if we can teach him the double manual and the gap. It's going to be a similar feeling, so you're still going to be pushing your wheel down into the compression and you're going to be light on top of the rollers, but this time you're going to push only your back wheel down in the gap. Obviously when your front wheel comes back down, you want to push both wheels into the back side of this to carry your speed. Now we're going to call on Chris to see what we can do. Yeah, you need to lean back a little more and you push your back wheel, like your feet, into the floor as you like pull up with your hands. And then you come to here and you go over like a roller.
That kind of motion.
Yeah, and push your heels like forward to keep the manual. More speed I think might help, yeah? Pull your bum backwards, like over, that's it, like into more that position.
Right, okay.
And that will push the back wheel down. And when you push the back wheel, it kind of lifts the front up again.
Do I need to tap the brake at all?
No, you cover the brake, but you should never really fall off the back. Oh, he's absolutely flying in this time. Kind of just skipping it and going straight to the jump, actually. You want to like bring your front up, but you kind of want to absorb.
I need to push, I need to like kick down with
Yeah. Oh, that was it, dude. Yeah! Perfect. There you go.
well shot.
There you go.
One more while it's still fresh in your mind to cement it in.
There you go.
Oh.
That. Oh my word. Woo! Ah, there you go. So once you've mastered the basics of manuals, you can then move on to things like this triple or even quad roller at the end, where you can keep the manual going all the way through for extra style points. And again, like everything, it's not just the pump track that these skills are limited to. You can manual through roots and lumps out on the trails too.
Something psychedelic is happening on your t-shirt.
Everything is happening on this t-shirt.
Viewers often comment on how fantastic Chris's attire is, and today is certainly no
I like the
different.
front and the back.
Black and white in the back.
And they're pretty fat shoes. Fresh from the 90s.
So now, the moment everyone's been waiting for, Chris's first ever gap. It's definitely got some air before, but we've never gone across, so
Never cleared it.
Chris is going to take off from here and land smoothly and safely down here.
And hopefully not in the puddle.
I think this is for you. I think you're going to do better than the roller, because you kind of are almost doing it already. So a few tips. You want to approach with a little more speed, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then as you do, the pumping, like pushing down in the bowl.
Yeah.
But then just keep your push all the way up the takeoff, and kind of, you want to straighten your arms and legs at the top, just for when you're coming off. And you want to make sure you're staying straight, looking at the landing, like you look at the takeoff, but then as soon as you're kind of almost taken off, look forward towards the landing. And yeah, straighten your arms and legs.
Just
hopefully
just
should
send
be
it
in the air.
basically. Just send it.
And send it, shall
Let's
we?
have a go.
And this is the most basic of all doubles. It's a good one to learn on because it's not too long. It's a nice rolled landing, so if you come up short, you're not going to get too hurt. But then once you can jump these, you can pretty much jump almost anything. Yeah, boy. Oh my word, he's absolutely flying. Oh, yes! Yeah, boy! I mean, there's not much else to say, really. That was an absolute double. Nice, Chris. Oh, that was better. That was better. But you're just a little bit front wheel high.
I was a little bit short.
And a little bit short. So if you had a little bit more speed, like the first time, and did that technique,
Yeah.
I think that would be the best of all.
So more speed and more hop.
A little bit more speed, same hop again, and you'll be good. That's it. Nice. Pretty damn good, I'd say. Definitely improving every go. This time, tiny bit more speed, and you're a little bit front wheel high, so that means you're kind of basically clearing it, but because your back wheel's down, it just tags the top. If you jump this time and lean the tiniest bit forward, like 1 or 2%, then your back wheel will be higher and you'll grease into the landing.
Okay, cool.
But this is good. Each one's improving. Each one's getting better. There you go. Look at that. That was pretty damn spot on, dude.
Excellent.
I think you honestly landed like there.
So I'm still not got quite
1%
there.
faster and it's completely cleared. Give it a break.
Right, Chris, come in from the car park, full beans.
We're here for
I want
perfection.
to get a Sam Reynolds approval.
Okay. Here he comes.
Yeah!
Chris. My job here is done. Chris is now factory rider. Yeah, boy. How's that feel?
That's good. I feel exhausted.
Nice.
Thank
Fuck
you.
yeah. There you go.
Shit, I'm about to die now.
That's sick. I actually want to watch it. We have an action.
That's wicked.
Once you've learnt the basics of jumping a double like that, you kind of can just take it almost anywhere on the trails, or the bigger step up at the end is literally exactly the same technique, just a little more speed. Once you've really mastered the two, you can start adding them together. It's a bit more probably intermediate pump tracking now, and we're going to use this triple roller here for a jump into land manual. We're going to try and gap the first two rollers and land between the second two in the back wheel, and then grease the front wheel into the third one. But it's quite tricky. You have to make sure you land perfectly on the balance to keep the front wheel up. So a few tips for that one. Like most of these things, speed is your friend, because the faster you go, the less high you have to go to clear the gap. Then you can land a bit softer. And when you land, obviously you want to be landing in the manual sort of position. But if you land, straighten your arms out and bend your butt down over the back wheel, that helps to keep the front wheel up. Yeah, this one just takes a bit of practice, I think. It's a scary one, but really cool once you can do it. Right, so here we are at the berm. It's actually a really nice, smooth berm. Big old area to ride on, so it's perfect to learn. Most berms, you probably want to be setting up as wide as you can, which obviously sort of cuts down the angle in which you're going to have to turn, which means you can carry more speed around it without sliding the front wheel. So for this one, we're going to set up more towards the right-hand side of the track. Want to probably hold a pretty similar line all the way around. You don't want to be waving up or down. Smoother your line around, the faster you'll be able to go. As you're going round, you probably want to look sort of over halfway or 2/3 towards, and as you're going round the turn, keep your look out towards the end, and that will help with your balance and your exit speed as well. Essentially, a turn is a roller, like the bowl, on its side. So use the same sort of technique, where you push your arms and legs into it to generate the speed and also the actual grip. Just pretend it's one smooth bowl and you push smoothly in one motion all the way around. That should help you carry the best speed. By the time you're in the middle, you want to be looking basically at the exit. That's it! Spot on! Looking nice and far ahead, smooth line, don't get much better than that. Again. Look at that. Even had the push in the middle, eh? You can see he kind of was squatted to start with and slowly started to open up towards the end. That was actually spot on. You can ride absolutely anything you want on a pump track. A hardtail or a BMX is probably the best, just because if you have a lot of rear suspension, when you're trying to push and generate the speed from the bomb holes, obviously the suspension sucks up a lot of that energy, so you don't push it into the track and it doesn't fire you forwards. Whereas on a hardtail, even though it does have front suspension, that kind of doesn't really affect you. And yeah, you want some nice smooth tyres as well to carry your speed. And you only really need a back brake just to kind of pull if you're going to wheelie off the back or something. You can have a front brake, but you don't need it. So yeah, hardtail or BMX is the best. but it works on anything.
Pumptrack experts, there's going to be a challenge. Sam will explain.
Yeah, we're going to now use all our skills and apply it to the full track here, and we're going to see how quickly I can do an extra lap than you and come round and overtake you. So we'll set off together and we'll just keep lapping until I catch up. And you can all guess at home. I reckon 4 laps I can get.
I reckon I could probably be knackered after about 2.
You're not betting on yourself here.
No, but I'll give it a go.
Chris, you've got to dig deep here. Just imagine the disappointed kids at home if you give up early.
Yeah.
No, this is for everyone.
Apply everything you've learned today. Right, ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh God. Oh, the brake doesn't work. Oh my God. Oh my God, my legs. Oh my God, my legs. Ah! He's got me. Ah! About 4.
I don't know, but my legs have gone to jelly.
That's enough, Pumptrack.
Well, next time I'm going to beat that.
We'll set Rod a quick challenge as well. Right, Rod, your challenge is to do 2 laps without pedalling of the track.
Okay.
Starting up there, come round the turn at the top, 2 laps, you're not allowed to pedal.
Okay.
We're going to find out here and now if the ladies have been exaggerating Rod's pumping.
I think we should up the odds.
Oh, okay.
I think if Rods can get 2 laps in without pedaling, Sam has to do a lap of the pump track absolutely naked. To avoid the sex offenders list, it might have to be underpants, because I do see some children playing in the
There are
distance.
children, okay, we'll do pants.
Right.
And what's Rod's doing if he
go
can't do
naked.
the 2 laps?
Rods has to do one
I'll
in his
do one.
pants.
Yeah. The pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Right, so
Let's go.
there we have it, everyone. No pedaling, Rodney.
Oh, he's carrying some good speed.
Oh, that is lap 1.
Oh. Come on, Rod.
Oh, if he makes it up the berm, you're done. Oh!
Go!
Very well done, Rod.
Well,
That's fair
Rod.
and square lap.
Was warmed up for you. Man, the legs are buggered, but success.
And your reward? A naked man going around a pump track.
What a reward.
Hopefully the only skid marks we filmed today are the ones that Chris left just before the berm.
No, there's a whole family over there. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something good about pump tracks that you can now use at the trails, and if not, go do laps in your pants because it's fun. How's that HD now?
There.
I learned manuals and to clear doubles.
Very good.
Hot Rod.
Yeah, I learned to try to do a manual attempt, but the biggest success was going through the berm, tucking it in as you're going through the other end. Push yourself out and gain more speed to come out into the doubles.
There you go.
Sam?
I learned that my Neighbours are the coolest ever. And if you got anything else you think we should do a how-to, let us know in the comments and we'll go do it.
Yeah, I'm game.
What should we learn next actually? Yes,
Backflip.
Oh, okay, Rod wants to do a flip.
E.T.
Oh no, do the backflip. Yeah.
Alright, tricks. next lesson is tricks.
Go big or go home.